Alexandra and her husband founded Cure Together. Here are my 2 cents before she presents. In biomedical research, we are trained to identify some hypothesis that we're going to test. That might be about a behavior or a drug mechanism or a surgical intervention, but whatever it is, there's something we're testing. And in order to design a study that is as robust and ultimately meaningful as possible, we really have to narrow down that question to something very, very specific. And ultimately what happens is, even though in clinical medicine we're encouraged to ask open-ended questions, in research we end up asking very, very closed-ended questions in order to make sure that we get some sort of a statistically significant or meaningful answer. Follow? Yes. So here comes this new model, something called Cure Together. The question that I invite you to ask yourself as you hear about Cure Together is, what would it be like if, rather than finding our primary data only in a big trial of 10,000 patients or 20,000 people, subjects they're called, right? What if we had 1 million people or 2 million or 3.5 million results about not what we're asking specifically, but what people want to share? What happens if that number is 11 million or 20 million? We don't even know what to do with that yet, except we'll find that some of the information that comes from these online collections of shared information is starting to confirm a few things that we've found in biomedical research and possibly offer more information. I think I'm done with my 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexandra Carmichael from Cure Together.
Thank you, David. I'm really excited to be here today. Okay. So I'm going to take you on a journey today, a fast, rapid-fire, magical journey from one person in the present day, that's me, to a vision for the future of health for everybody. This is me. This is my data. I track 40 things about myself every day, including my chronic pain levels, what time I take my various supplements and medications, my mood, and other interesting things. I was trained as a molecular geneticist and a bioinformatics entrepreneur, but what really drives me in life is I love helping people. So zooming out a little bit now from me, I'm going to show you 2 of the projects that I've been working on that are already affecting thousands of people. The first one is the Quantified Self, you may have heard of. It was started by these amazing gentlemen, Kevin Kelly and Gary Wolfe from Wired magazine. They started it about a year ago, and we have monthly meetups in the San Francisco Bay Area and in New York City, where people come and they show and tell their different self-tracking projects that they do. So for example, Alex Ressi showed his Tweet What You Eat project, which helps people track things that they're eating using Twitter. Tim Lundeen showed an experiment he did on himself where he took DHA, which is fish oil, and measured how fast he could do math problems. And taking fish oil, he actually cut the time that he was able to do math. And Mimi Chun showed her beautiful square meal project, which documented the color of her food palette over the course of a week. So if you live in the Bay Area or New York City, come check it out. If you live in another city, you're welcome to start your own Quantified Self group and let us know about it, and we'll help you get started. The other project that I'm spending most of my time on that you've heard about is Cure Together, which is an online patient data sharing site. We've been called Yelp for Health by Guy Kawasaki. And people come to our site to self-report and rate their symptoms, treatments, and triggers for over 370 conditions, including depression, vulvodynia, and migraine. Can I see a show of hands for how many people in this room experience migraines? Wow, that's at least a third. Okay, awesome. I mean, not awesome, but these are the symptoms that people report for migraines. So the top ones are pain, nausea, and fatigue. The top treatments people report are sleep, ibuprofen, caffeine. No caffeine is also on the list, so different things work for different people. The top triggers are usually stress, not enough sleep, dehydration, And we can also start looking at other comorbid conditions that people report with migraine, like anxiety, depression, and back pain. So Cure Together is not so much about stories and emotional support as it is about numbers and decision support. We believe in open data. So while each individual patient's data is private and no one can see it, the aggregate data is open for anyone to look at. We also believe in collaboration. So we've partnered with researchers at these universities and these disease foundations to help us make the best use of this patient-generated data that we're collecting. So I'm really excited to announce today here at the Mayo Clinic our first statistically significant finding. Using only self-reported data, we've been able to confirm findings that had previously only been done in clinical studies. We found that patients who reported infertility were twice as likely by our numbers to also report asthma. It's still very early days for us. We have just over 4,000 members. So as more people come together and join this collaborative effort, we expect many more discoveries to be coming down the line. Okay, so zooming out a little bit more. This stopped working for some reason. Okay, thank you. How is all this self-tracking going to help transform healthcare, which is why I'm here? Imagine self-organized clinical trials. So patients like me has already done this. They took patients who had lithium, took lithium, and patients who didn't take lithium, and they monitored their progress in real time. The seeds are already being planted today. Imagine streaming ubiquitous biosensors continuously monitoring your body and uploading data to an online repository. Fitbit. In the not too distant future, this will be a reality. Imagine detailed analytics for your health to make sense of all this data. Websites like Daily Burn are starting to do this for fitness and nutrition. And the ultimate promise of all of this is personalized medicine, where a patient can come and enter all their symptoms and all their medical history, everything about themselves, and get an answer to the question, what will work for me? So this is the journey. We're all explorers on this journey, and we can all work together to make this future a reality. Thank you very much.